When you look back at, those early days of bootstrapping, a startup when India was not startup ready, we just liberalized. Um, what do you remember of those early challenges? What kind of regulatory challenges? How has India changed? Because you've been part of this um, long journey, and you've seen India literally go from a very regulated economy, and changes were just about setting in, to being this place which is very conducive for startups with a great digital infrastructure. In that long run, what have you seen changing? What are some of the remarkable changes that you must have seen?
Okay, I would like to share a few of the events. First part, if you're asking about bootstrap, so how did we manage that? Because it remained a bootstrap for a long time, for almost more than 10 years. There is a word I'm just copying it, used in the Harvard Business Review by Professor John Mullins, saying that MapmyIndia was founded on a customer-funded business model. So funding is required. There is no doubt about it. Who brings in the money? A private VC or a PE firm or seed money, somebody brings it. As against that, the customer brings in the money. Customer is the earned money. And so you have no obligation to return him. Your obligation is to provide him the service. That's how we manage the entire bootstrap period, while making sure that we are building our platform and product.
But you were building a category. Wasn't consumer education something that you were daunted with? How did you go about that?
Okay. You know what? Those were the days, late 90s, or mid 90s to late 90s, early 2000, where many of these multinationals like Coca-Cola, like all these, I would say, mobile telephony, they had arrived in India. And for mobile telephony, each of their tower used to cost them 1 crore of rupees at that time. For them to understand what the demography is, what the geography is, what kind of buildings are there, all those things, what we in technical jargon we say vector, clutter, and height, because that's how the propagation uh, of the waves go through to provide service to the mobile telephone users. Coca-Cola, another side, they needed to understand which all the shops carry the Coke bottle, which are the shops which do not. So now you see there was an urban-rural combo. Urban areas, certain mapping was required. Rural areas, certain mapping was required, because the towers were going all over the country. Now, this is the where the customer paid us. In the process, they didn't care for the maps. What they cared for was the end result. Where do I put my tower? Which are the shops where Coca-Cola is not being sold? And beautiful. I will say, people even tell us today, how could you build the intellectual property? Because we always said that the map remains our property, the output goes to you. And even today, the business that we are doing, it is the same answer. Now, on the other challenges, regulatory category. See, digital, or why digital? Making maps was against the policy of the government of India from British time. We did it. Like, courier companies, it was not allowed for them when they started, because only the postal department can deliver. So when we started, we checked that out, and we found out that yes, it's against the policy of the government of India. So we checked with a lot of government officials. They said, you do it, you're doing for the benefit of the country, nobody will tell you anything. And that's what helped us, is a verbal kind of an understanding or assurances and all that. Of course, 2018, 17, 18 was a different time frame. I can talk about that separately, about the kind of regulatory hassles or the kind of issues we got involved in. But this is how we solved the problem at that point of time.